Hey everybody, and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a credential harvester. I actually got a email earlier today, and I've been sending scam emails to a particular folder in my Outlook, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what this one looks like. It is from Coinbase, but the first thing we're going to notice is that this email address is not Coinbase at all. This is some other domain that was created probably pretty recently. So we're going to actually start putting together some of our information here about this case. We're going to create a notepad. We're going to open this up and create a new file. We're just going to start putting some indicators of compromise or information about this case. And we're just going to keep adding to it as we go. But yeah, so let's keep looking at this guy. We see that it has an attachment, which I've already downloaded and put on this VM here. This picture here was not downloaded. I actually had to click download within my Outlook because it actually didn't load the resources until I told it to. And then it says, we have explained all the details in the file that we have attached. The subject says we're processing your login recently, your account result. Really bad English, doesn't really make sense with what's going on, but these folks are not too sophisticated with their English. They are pretty good at mimicking legitimate sites. So I do already have this document downloaded, and it's called Agreement for User ID some random number .docx or .docx, and so yeah, let's go ahead and open this guy and see what it looks like. So like I said, I already have it downloaded, and let me find it. Here it is. So I'm opening this up in a VM just to be safe in case there's any weird script that runs or something I'm not aware of. We have it, kind of contained in this VM. This is just a Windows evaluation license, which is totally fine to use for sandboxing. All right, so the first thing I see is it looks like Coinbase, but some of this wording doesn't really make sense. Our user agreement was recently updated. You can read more about these changes in our help center. Coinbase is not going to give you a document to open to read about what changed. In fact, a lot of these services and corporate entities like this are going to have some sort of documentation on their back end or within their privacy policy area or wherever they keep formal documents about how to interact with them. They're never going to ask for you to sign in from a document. Pretty much everything should be published on their website. So we could probably look up their new user agreement. Typically what will happen is if there is a new user agreement, they will send an email that say our user agreement changed, or the next time you log in, it'll ask you to check out the new user agreement. But basically, it's just going to be a link to their new agreement. Instead, this credential harvester, which I'm pretty sure this is what this is not a typical example of what one of these companies would do. So we have a couple links here, and let's go ahead and click on them and see. This doesn't really look like a URL. It's not really formatted correctly. If we click on this, we can see that it's going to ask us to go to a different website. And I'm going to click no here. Luckily, Word doc or docx here is basically saying, are you sure you want to jump to this external thing? This is basically telling us, WordPad is basically telling us that this is not like you're going to a different location. So it looks like these are the same URLs. The first thing I'm going to do is check out domain tools, and we're going to look at the age of this domain. And actually, we're not going to do that one. We're going to do whois, and we're going to put in nibs. Does that say nibscafe.com? Let's just put in temps. It should find the root domain here. And it looks like this one has been around for a while, quite a while, almost 11 years, over 11 years. Nibs Cafe. So first thing that I see is it's based out of France, looks like. So it's going to be foreign, at least to us.com. is more of US, but maybe, I don't know, that's kind of out of the ordinary. But so yeah, this will be our first, our third piece of information. So let's go ahead and go to this nibscafe.com/temps. Let's see what we get. Oops. All right, and there it is. And actually, it looks like we got a redirect, and we'll check that out in a second. But you notice this is not nibscafe.com. This is megagan.xyz. So that's not even Coinbase. It's not even Nibs Cafe. So let's actually look at our network tab within our developer tools, and let's see what our network is doing. And obviously we just jumped onto Microsoft homepage, and so it's going nuts. Let's just copy this, and then I'm going to click a new tab, and then we're going to remove everything. We're preserving log. We're going to hit Nibs Cafe, and we'll see it's going to temps. So the first call that was made here is nibscafe.com/temps, and we get a 302, which basically means redirect. And so in this case, what it's going to do is redirect to some other website. And so let's see what that is. It looks like kingsway.org. So let's try to go there and see what happens with our network tab. And looks like we got another redirect, which is taking us to confrontationmail.megagan.xyz, which happens to be this particular endpoint, it looks like. Actually, maybe we had another redirect, but within the same domain. So we started with Nibs Cafe, and then we jumped over to kingsway.org, and then we jumped over to megagan.xyz, and then again within Megan XYZ, we got finally to this sign-in page. So this is not Coinbase. In fact, if we look at the certificate, which it is SSL, we'll see that it is not. There's nothing in here that's signed by Coinbase. Pretty much everything here is going to be Megagan XYZ. So that should be our like big red flag. Just stop what you're doing, close this down, maybe report this, which we'll do here in a little bit. But I actually want to go a little bit further. I want to fill this out and see how deep this goes, just so you can get an idea of what's happening here. So I'm obviously not going to use my own email address. Instead, I'm going to generate an account. Let me figure out which one I want to use. I think it's the fake email generator. Yep, and then I'm also going to load up a password generator, just because I am most likely going to create an account, just so we can verify that this thing is actually logging us in and trying to get our data here. All right, well, I have generated an email address. So let's just see what happens whenever we try to input this particular email. And we'll go to our Megagan here and see what happens. Whoops, did not copy it. There we go. All right, let's continue, and we'll just go ahead and use a random password that was generated here and see what happens. So, okay, well, it looks like it's asking us to trust the device. So I think we hit this one. Yep, so this was the call that we made. We made it to we made a post, so that was a post to this website. And we got another 302, but within this, we can see that our token was passed, whatever that is, and then our email and password were passed. So at this point, they have our email and password. Whether or not it's correct or not, I don't know. I do know that it's not correct, but they don't know that necessarily. But I'm not gonna trust this for now. And okay, I don't know that I need to trust it, but it looks like it just signed me back out. So I'm going to use a different password and see if we get the same behavior. Okay, now we're getting incorrect password. Let's see if we use the original, if it likes that. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I logged in. So right now what's happening is McGagan is saying, yeah, you just logged in and now we need to verify your identity, which is probably something that Coinbase does. They probably do gain some valid form of ID so that they can tax or, create appropriate tax documents for you, or, just track your purchases or whatever you're doing on the Coinbase app. But I guess McGagan is now thinking we should do that for them. So yeah, I guess we're going to upload our driver's license. And we need to upload something. Well, obviously I'm not going to upload my driver's license. So we're going to send them a middle finger. Instead. We'll give them 2 birds. All right, let's see if they take it. Looks like they took it. Now we need to take a photo. Let's give them another middle finger. Let's go with this one. We'll give them 3 birds. All right, we have verified our identity. Now we're going to verify your ID in order to make sure it's really you making this. Okay, and so then it just automatically signs you out, which is kind of shady, I don't think. Okay, interesting. Actually, what just happened was there was a timeout, and then we got another redirect. So if we see this in our headers here, we see we have another redirect, and it looks like our redirect is gonna go to Coinbase.com. So this does look legit at the end of it because it's going to Coinbase. So this is pretty sneaky. They are actually doing pretty good at this if you don't know what you're doing. Basically, guys, what I'm trying to say is look at your URL. If your URL doesn't match the app that you're interacting with and that you have interacted with before, actually, that's the first thing. If you know that you've never interacted with an app, don't just start putting in your information that you think is your credentials. Just stop and think before you do some of these things. But yeah, and then they redirect all the way back to Coinbase. So it looks very very real. All right, so we do have a little bit of information here. We have Nibs Cafe, we have configuration mail.mcgagan.xyz. Then we also have this Kingsway, I think, somewhere. Oops, let me see if I can find that. It was a little bit further up. Yep, here it is. And so now we're just going to send them a little present, which is reporting this to Google Spam. And actually, let's go back to domain tools and look at what the age of these are. So we already looked at Nibs Cafe, but let's take a look at the McGagan here. Let's see how old this guy is. Let's see how old Megan is. All right, so megagan.xyz is only 5 days old. So this is where they're actually hosting this malware or this credential harvester. Yeah, I don't know where exactly. Looks like Utah, maybe. What about this Kingsway? Let's see how old that one is. That one seems like it's probably pretty new too. It looks kind of weird. Okay, it is pretty old. It's part of Graycell. Not sure what that is, but it's got some age to it. So, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and report these. So we're gonna do Google report credential harvester. Let's see, Google credentials. Actually, let's do malware. Google report malware, I think, is a better one to search. Yep. Report spam, phishing. Actually, let's report. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is a phishing page, so we're gonna do Nibs Cafe. We gotta verify that we're human. I promise I am not a robot. And we're gonna do this one as well. All right, so if you ever find one of these pieces of malware or credential harvesting, do make sure to do this. The other thing you can do, which we will do that here, is mark as spam. And I'm trying to remember where to do that. Report, here we go. So we can report it as phishing within our Windows email application. And so that also works. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, or if you didn't and anything here seems wrong and you know more than me, feel free to leave a comment. I'd be happy to have a discourse with anyone that is interested. So appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye.